Join Kids Hut family. Ew! That's broccoli in my pasta. Yuck! I'm not gonna eat this. Tofu, don't be mean. Mom made pasta especially for you, even though she was running late. Yes, but why did she have to put broccoli in it? She made it with a lot of love for you. Maybe you can just overlook the broccoli part and eat it. I don't like broccoli at all. Stop being such a wild thing. What do you mean? Where the wild things are. Once upon a time, there lived a mischievous boy called Max. He was so naughty and troubled his mother so much that his mother named him a wild thing.
Max, dinner is ready.
I don't want it! Screaming at his mother, Max went into his room and jumped onto his bed. Soon he fell asleep. When his eyes opened, trees that rose from the floor and broke through the ceiling surrounded his bed. Where am I? What's happening to my room? Max watched in wonder as his room turned into a jungle. The walls became trees. The ceiling became a sky covered with leaves. And the floor turned into tall wild grass. The road outside Max's house turned into a river with a boat on it. Max climbed onto the boat and rowed away. He stayed on the river for a very long time. Hours turned into days and days into a year. The river turned into the sea. And Max came upon an island in it. Finally, an island. I think I will stop there. As he took his boat up the beach, he saw many wild things. They roared and gnashed their teeth and rolled their scar yellow eyes at him. Stop it! You don't scare me! Max walked up to them and stared into their eyes. Immediately, all the wild things became quiet. They were in awe of Max and they were afraid of Max. Max understood that he could control them. They made him the king. It is time to make a rumpus. The wild things let loose and made the loudest rumpus they had ever made. The rumpus continued till the night drew on, and all the wild things became tired and went to sleep one by one. Max also went to sleep in a cave. I am the king of all wild things. They will do whatever I ask them to do. But I wish I was somewhere that I was loved. Wishing to be a place where he was loved, Max went to sleep. The next morning when he got up, he decided to give up being a king and travel the seas back to where he had come from. I am going back to where I came from.
No, please don't go. We will miss you.
But Max had made his mind. He climbed onto the boat and sailed the sea. He sailed for days that turned into weeks and into a year. Tired, Max fell asleep in the boat. When he woke up, he was back in his bedroom, and a plate of hot dinner was kept on his table. It is so good to be back in a place where you are loved. Happy, feeling the love, he ate the food that his mother had left for him. I love our mom, and from now on, I am not going to fuss over the food she makes us. Thank you, Tofu. I am sure Mom will be happy to know that. Tia, may I please come in? Hi, Tofu. Yeah, sure. Come in. Are you okay, Tia? I heard you had a fight with your best friend, really, today. Oh, thank you, Tofu, but I'm fine. Really? Are you going to talk to her again? Aren't you mad at her? Of course I will talk to her, Tofu. Really is my best friend. Even now? After the fight? How can that be? Let me tell you a story to help you understand. Once upon a time, there were two best friends, John and James. They had known each other all their lives. When it came time to look for a job, they decided to travel together as well. Their travels took them across a harsh desert. James, we have limited food and water, and we still have a lot of the desert left to cross. We should conserve our supplies. But I want water. You can have water, but just a little bit. We have to save it for the rest of the desert crossing. I don't care. I am sure we will find an oasis ahead somewhere. We can't be sure about it. We must save our food and water. Before they knew it, the two friends were wrestling each other for the water bottle. In the heat of the moment, John slapped James. Stunned by that, both friends stopped fighting and decided to keep walking on. Before moving on, James bent down and wrote on the sand. My best friend slapped me today. After a while, they came upon an oasis and were very happy. They refilled their bottles and took a bath in the water. However, James became careless and started to drown. John grabbed him and pulled him out of the water to safety. Thank you, my friend. I owe you my life. Don't worry about it. Let us rest for some time and then we will resume our journey. The two friends slept for some time. When they woke up and were ready to leave, James wrote something on a big stone. What are you writing, James? When you slapped me, I wrote in the sand that you slapped me. The winds would have blown that away by now. But when you saved my life, I wrote it on the stone so that nothing can erase it. Both friends became overwhelmed and hugged each other. James chose to remember the good things about their friendship and forget the bad ones. Correct. Hence, Riley and I won't stop being friends even after a fight as bad as today's. That is what you do in friendship, Tofu. And in relationships too. Yes, in relationships too. Let's go. Tia! Hey, Tofu. Guess what? I just bought a remote-driven car from Hall. What? Why? He said he wanted to sell his car. I said I will buy it. He gave me a good deal on it too. Have you ever seen this car, Tofu? No, but what could be wrong? Well, nothing, but it is always nice to know what you are getting into. Oh, you worry too much, Tia. Maybe, but the hungry fox learned the other way. What do you mean? The hungry fox stuck in the tree hole. Once upon a time, a hungry fox roamed in the forest. He was very hungry and there was no food to be found. There is no food anywhere today. I shall go to the outskirts of the forest where the village starts and see if there is something to eat there. The fox walked to the edge of the forest and entered the village area. There he found a big tree with a hole in its trunk. Curious, he looked into the hole. Wow, there's food in there. Bread, fresh jam, fruits. The food had been stored by a villager who was farming nearby. The fox quickly jumped into the hole in the tree trunk and ate everything that the farmer had kept there. That was a good meal. My stomach is full now. But I am thirsty. Time to go and drink some water from the river. The fox got ready to jump out of the tree trunk, but as much as he tried, he couldn't. He was stuck in it. His stomach was now so fat that it got caught in the hole, and he could not come out of it as much as he tried. Oh no! I am stuck! The villager will come back anytime and I will be in so much trouble. I wish I had thought a little before eating all that food. I think I am behaving like the fox, Tia. Yes, you've got that right. Giving your actions some thought before you jump in can go a long way in helping you out. You are right. Tomorrow, before I pay Hall for the car, I will request him to show it to me. Good idea. Now please help me refill the watering can. Hey Tofu, do you want to come with me? I just saw my piggy bank has enough money to buy new books and toys for the children at the orphanage. You can help me buy and distribute the goodies. You are going to give away all your savings to other children? How can you do that? Don't you want to buy something for yourself? Tofu, we can't always think of ourselves. Sometimes we have to help those who do not have the same means as us. Let me tell you a story of kindness. This is a story from a long time ago in Nottingham, England, when Prince Richard ruled the country. His younger brother, Prince John, was a wicked prince who took care of the state while the king was away for wars. Prince John was unkind to common people of Nottingham and had no consideration for the poor. Under his charge, the rich became richer while the poor became poorer. The poor had no savior to save them other than Robinhood, or the hooded thief as he was popularly known. Robinhood had a trusted companion called Little John. Robinhood would rob the rich merchants and the prince's caravans that carried the huge taxes collected from the poor as they crossed the Sherwood forest, which was the home of Robinhood, on the way to the prince's treasury. And he would distribute the loot amongst the poor. His generosity earned him the name Prince of Thieves amongst the common people, and also many rewards that were announced by the sheriff for his capture. But this did not stop Robin from doing his good deeds. One day, when Robin Hood and his friends had robbed the prince's caravan again, the prince called the sheriff of Nottingham to the palace. "This is the last time Robin Hood has humiliated my men and me, Sheriff. What are your troops doing? Why haven't they caught that thief as yet?" "We are doing everything, Your Highness. I assure you, we will have him soon." "You should, otherwise someone else will be punished." The sheriff made a new plan with his men. He decided to announce an archery competition to be held in Nottingham, and the winner would be announced as the best archer in Nottingham and also win a kiss from the maiden Marian. One day, Robin Hood's friend Tuck came to visit him. "Have you heard of the archery competition that the sheriff has announced for tomorrow?" "Yes, we have, Friar. And the men and I think Robin shouldn't go to it. It is a trap laid by the sheriff. All of England knows that Robin Hood is the best archer by far. Robin doesn't need to go and prove anything there."
You worry too much, Little John. Lighten up. We will go and have some fun tomorrow. And to ensure that no one recognizes us, we'll wear disguises.
And so the next day, Robin Hood and his friends wore disguises and went to the competition. Just as Robin Hood had predicted, no one was able to recognize him. Soon it was Robin Hood's turn to shoot the arrows. He took the first shot at the bird and hit bullseye. The crowd cheered for this unknown archer. Then he took another arrow and shot it again. This one too hit bullseye. The crowd cheered louder. The cheering caught the sheriff's attention, and he turned to see what the matter was. By now, Robin had drawn his third arrow and took a shot. It too hit the bull's eye. When the fourth arrow also did the same, the sheriff realized something.
That is no stranger. That is Robin Hood. No one can shoot 4 arrows in a row like that. Grab him, men!
The whole crowd broke into a frenzy as the sheriff's men arrested Robin Hood.
Off with his head!
But Little John moved like a lightning flash and grabbed the prince and put a knife to his throat. "Release him immediately!" The sheriff's men had no choice except to let go of Robin Hood. The Prince of Thieves and his friends hollered and made their way out of the archery field, but not before Robin Hood climbed the audience tower and stole a kiss from the maiden Marian. Back at the Sherwood Forest, Robin Hood and his friends got together and celebrated. "You were right, Robin Hood. Today was a lot of fun. The sheriff had this coming."
I am sure you surprised Maiden Marian too. Well, not as surprised as the prince is going to be when he finds out that we stole 4 bags of gold from his treasury during the sheriff's archery competition. Everybody laughed heartily.
Wow, Tia, this is such an inspirational story about being selfless and helping the helpless. I am going to change my ways from now onwards.
I am so proud of you, Tofu. That is such a great decision. Keep doing good deeds.
For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Hut family. Subscribe here.